Good evening, good morning. I don't know what you want to call it. It is Saturday, technically. Saturday, December 31st, 2022, the last day of 2022 here. It's 2 a.m. where I am, so it may still be Friday for you, depending on where you are. Anyway, we are running, once again, Final Fantasy Legend 2. This time, audio should hopefully be fixed. Anyone who was watching the stream yesterday saw that there was a small problem with it. Just to restart the game worked fine to fix it. A little different audio we got to deal with. And in not making the same mistake yesterday, I actually started a local recording as well. So we are really ready to go here. And here we will go in let's get let's start in 3, 2, 1, go. Here we go through the usual intro sequence that we have seen so many times, where we get the backstory that we received a piece of. Okay. Oh, we got a character named BB by by mistake, but that's fine. Add a little spice into the run. So I'm very happy to be back here running this game again. After the time off, perfect. There's one guy down. I know for anyone who's tuning in for the first time, it's speed run, so all the dialogue is run through very quickly. That's an imp, not a baby D. Glad I caught that 2 minutes into the run and not longer. Whew. Let's try this again. In 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, I'm just going to run through this intro and then I'm going to talk about where that all went wrong for anyone who's not familiar with this game and this speed run. And then I'm going to make excuses for where I made a mistake. I'm pretty sure I click slightly faster than this game processes. When it comes to some of those inventories. Okay. So where the mistake was, clearly you can see I selected a different monster the second time around. And, come on. There is a very, very specific meat progression path. Monsters gain skill by combat and eating meat of other monsters, and there's a very specific path. Yeah, I usually can't run from that. There's a very specific path that you want to go through of progressing, of leveling up your monster, and if you go through it, then you end up with the right monster at the right time of the game to inevitably get a fantastic one that will allow you to beat the final boss. Ooh, this is a bad start. If I get one more counter run in this cave, I am just going to restart this run and we are going to try this again. Three, two, one. I'll finish the thought in a second. I really want to focus through this first part. Okay, back to my thought here. There's a very specific meat and monster progression path that you're going to see us go through leveling this up. This baby D is going to change into a watcher when we get to Race World at the 1 hour mark, as you'll see on the kind of timer that I've got going on here. Then it turns into, then we keep the Watcher till basically the very end, because the Watcher is very, very good. And then it changes into a butterfly at the descent section there, an hour and 37 in, and that's the monster that you really need to win the game, because it has an absorb attack, which is incredibly powerful because what it does is it deals damage as well as heals at the same time. So that's really that's the only healing that gets you through that final fight. Otherwise, you'd have no healing and you'd be in a lot of trouble. Oh, you wouldn't be able to win the game. So that is the very specific path. That is why I have to pick the baby D, because we know the meat progression path. We get the drops we need to do to get that right monster at the right time. You really also need the Watcher. It eliminates unexpected attacks, which can give you game overs. Like, it's just really just the ideal way of doing things that'll get you the end. So that's why we need to do the restart, because we need to make sure that we had the correct monster at so that we could predict the meat path going through it. Now, here's my excuse on why I made the mistake. There is another route that, as you can see from my party, it's 2 humans, 1 monster, 1 robot. There is another party that's 1 mutant, 2 monsters, and a robot. And on that one, you take a imp. And for the first couple of months that I speedran this game, I ran the mutant 2 monster route. So just a little bit of old muscle memory of going for the imp there. Logical question would always is obviously what's better, what's faster, which group should you take? 2 humans is definitely fast. 2 humans is faster, 2 monsters is safer. So when I started speedrunning the game, I loved doing the 2 monsters because it was the safer route. Again, as I mentioned, unexpected attacks can be a huge issue. And you eliminate those in this with the 2 humans. You eliminate unexpected attacks when you hit Race World and get the Watcher. With the mutant 2 monster rule, you can just by random drop, you can potentially eliminate them. The soonest I've got them is in Ashura's World 2. My mutant managed to pick up Warning, which eliminates surprise attacks. So a lot sooner, you never have to worry about it. The imp also has a meat progression path that you can eliminate surprise attacks as early as Apollo's World. So either way, you're getting rid of them a lot sooner, and that is really helpful. You give less chance of game over. Here's the problem with that path, though. The team... Sorry. Not quite as smooth as I would have liked, but we got through there. So the party is a lot slower with the 2 monster route. which means you get more counter runs. And, you know, I already got an annoying amount with this party. You get even more with the two monster route. The other reason why it's slower as well is your mutant will randomly gain and lose abilities as they go through fights, and that's done through text. Like, you see, oh, gained this ability, lost that ability. That's all scrolling text at the bottom of the combat screen. All of that just adds time. So that's where it's slower. But again, if you eliminate those surprise attacks, a lot safer. I have gamed over on unexpected attacks that I've had before. And that's just the end of the run. Once you game over on a unexpected attack, the time loss is just atrocious. Like, you're not getting anything good at that point. Your only option is to really restart. Or, you know, you can just play it through for fun and for practice. This is probably going to be a counter run. Oh no. This is amazing. I've never gotten this far without a counter run. I was thinking it. I didn't want to say anything to jinx it, but that was really amazing shit. You know, when I was first speedrunning the game, that zombie guy that was right there, he always used to move to the left and allow me to just cut right in there and quickly, you know, save a couple of steps. Over the past while, he's never done that. Never done World 1 that fast. Never had an Assure's base with only one count run. That absolutely amazing. Key is an incredibly slow character, so having her in your party just really slows down the group and can potentially give you a lot of counter runs. So that's why I'm so surprised that went so well, because usually as soon as she joins, I'd say 20% count runs. It's 1 out of every 5 fights. That's probably about right. There are a few just absolutely critical moments of time loss save that you will encounter. The very first one is very early on, getting count runs. either in the cave where I ended up resetting from, or in Assure's Tower. That either one of those can just be huge time losses. The other one is going to be the, as we mentioned, the surprise attacks when those start coming up. And then we get into Watcher, and that's the other big time loss. But to see World 1 at least go well and get off to a good start like that, great to see. So Mask can potentially give us can't run problems too. But I don't give him a lot of crap about it because he is a great character. Without him, we would not be able to take down the boss of this. So he gets a pass on giving us can't runs. Wow. Give him back all that time here. Ooh. That miss is pretty bad. And rare. Agility is generally so high on the robot that it just doesn't miss. Like, not a problem. Okay, good. We didn't have to add another round. We gave back a little bit of our time save. That was just me walking through those doors poorly. Back and forth. Ugh. Wow, that was a pretty long walk without a random encounter. You can 100% get random encounters there. I usually do. So we run into our dad again for the first time since he left us a long time ago, and then we grew up. And went looking for him. Now we want him to come home. He's not going to come home. So we're just going to keep on searching for Manji. I stupidly thought I had time for a drink there. I did not. This world is just really tight for timing. There is just very little time saves that you can really do. As long as you don't screw up, like as long as you talk to everyone in the right order, it's just very, very tight movement all in through here, and then just running from random encounters. And your agility is so high, you're not going to get can't runs in this. You never get a guest character that runs you the risk of getting can't runs. There's really just not a lot to it about being able to save or lose time. It just kind of is what it is at this point. So this is the micronizing device that we're looking to pick up right over here. And that's the world done. We just have to get back to the exit. So as you can see, very straightforward. Like, because of that, there's just so little time save that can really be done. It's just a nice little consistent world. Alright, we have the first shop of the game. The please don't screw up shop for me. And that went perfectly. A few moments of note where I have screwed up that shop. I have missed it altogether and just kept walking. That was a bad one. The other moment of note that I have not yet screwed it up at, but is very likely, is if you accidentally sell the Micron, then that's game over. The other spot where I've screwed it up is I scrolled down too far and didn't buy the submachine gun and bought something else. And the other spot where I have not screwed it up but had problems with it is that NPC that you saw wandering around. I've had him just stand in front of the door and I can't get into the shop. There's only 3 shops. It's this one and the last one that I really struggle with. And the only reason why I struggle with the big reason why I struggle with the last one is you buy a bunch of laser guns in the final shop, and monsters can't use laser guns. So the 2 monster route and the 2 human route vary by 1 laser gun. You buy 3 or you buy 4, depending on which party you have. And I am so used to buying 3, I keep buying 3 and then go, oh crap, and then I have to go in and buy the 4th. So I just got to work that one out of my memory here and start remembering to buy 4. Fortunately, if you do that wrong, that's not like a reset the run or anything. That's just a, whoops, go back in, lose a few seconds. And around we go. This is another world where no guest characters, no guest characters, no bosses, no surprise attacks, no count runs. It's just consistent. All about good movement, just getting the spots where it needs to go. The only remotely RNG thing is when I say no bosses, there is a group of enemies that you do have to fight. You one-shot them with the submachine gun. That's why we picked it up. But where the RNG comes in is, does the robot outspeed the enemy? If the robot does, then less attacks, less battle, saves you a fraction of a minute, a few seconds. If the robot goes first, if they go first, you'll lose a little bit of time. But again, just such a consistent level. So we have one more Magi to pick up in the foot, which is where we're heading to right now, and then up to the head for the last one. Interesting thing that I never knew until I sped run this game. The Magi in the foot and the Magi in the toe are in the same toe/finger on both the left and the right side. Never knew that until I started speedrunning this. Probably because when you're playing it casually, you're fighting all of these fights that I'm running from, and by the time you get done like one, you basically have to do like one body part, like the hand, let's say, and then you have to exit the body, which you can do, and then heal at the town, then come back, do the other hand. Like by the time you're in and out, you just don't notice where it was. But yeah, you definitely can exit and come back. And this is the fight we're about to get into, where I talked about we want to outspeed. And will we? Yep, we go first. And that's done. The only other thing that you can do wrong in this world as a time loss is if you don't immediately walk away from key. Like after you get that magi, you hold down, and as soon as you exit the body, you start walking away. If you don't do that, key will talk to you and you'll have a bunch of dialogue. You can get a little bit of a time loss there. Thank you, Windows Defender. I don't know if that bong came through on the stream, but that was just Windows Defender telling me everything was okay. This has time save, time loss. This is the first world where we can actually throw away the run and lose it all. In the second cave that we're going to go into is where we encounter our first creatures that can give us surprise attacks. They surprise attack and kill us, then our run's done. So hopefully we avoid that. And this is where, like I said, if you run the mutant route, you may have from some of these mandatory fights that we have had, you may have already picked up Warning, which is the skill that counters surprise attacks, and then you never have to worry about them, or unexpected attacks. Every time we step on these little dark gray tiles and our character flashes, that's us taking 1 point of damage from the lava that we're walking in. And there we go. That's the first section done. Here we go. So here we are in the Disco Cave, and here's where we can start getting unexpected attacks. Especially problematic on the last 2 floors. So everything we're picking up here, we are just picking it up to sell to buy our next shopping trip. That is, as far as I handle shopping trips, one of the ones I find easier. There's an X cure that we get that you don't want to sell. I have a bad habit of selling it. If you do, it's not the end of the world. Still a ways to go in this one. Last floor. This is where we really have to be on the lookout for... Come on. Didn't clear that text box properly. This is where we really have to be on the lookout for surprise attacks. Not that we can do anything to prevent them or stop them, it's just every time the attack screen comes up, I just hold my breath a little bit. Almost out. Alright, we're out of there. I do think we're a little bit behind where we want to be, but we're not bad. I'm actually a pretty bad judge of time in this world. It's more the shop that throws me off than anything else. Someone's like, oh yeah, we're done, and then the shop takes like a minute, and it's like, oh yeah, we're not done. So many Medusa fights. Back to the thought, if I would have run the 2 monster route and run the imp, then these Medusas, I'd be trying to kill them with that submachine gun for a meat drop that would turn my imp into a big eye, give me a warning, and negate surprise attacks for the rest of the game. We are almost out of here. It's going to be... This set of stairs leads us down the ramp, then close to the bottom of it we run into a guest character that actually can give us count runs and can be very problematic. But we only have to walk half a dozen steps, or maybe a dozen, with her. And then boss fight, shop, done. Usually you'll get a fight in there. I didn't sell the X-Cure. Didn't sell the Micron either, but I had enough money to buy everything I needed to. So Micron only sells for gold. It's fine. I'll sell it at another shop. At least I didn't accidentally sell the X-Cure. So we're going to call that a win. And we're going to get the hell out of here. Oh, who am I kidding? I have trouble with all three shops. They never go well. I always sell that X-Cure. Scroll too far, miss the headbutts. It's just never good. Never done that before. You want to select Heroic Tune there. That's the right one. I went one too far. I forgot Dad gives you count runs. Which in my mind is super annoying because we don't need them. As you can see, we're making quick work of everything without them. These next two boss fights have a very high chance of getting unexpected attacks. It's annoying. And there's one. Cool. So that unexpected attack cost us a few seconds. No big surprise there. And me playing the wrong tune. Fuck! Oh, it's annoying. Such a short level, like, and we get a we get a random encounter which you don't necessarily get, and it happens to be a count run. Oh well. Fuck. Well, sorry, we get back a bunch of time there on those last two worlds. Hopefully we can take some of it back here with Venus's world. This is a long world. There's a lot to it. And there is also a very high likelihood of surprise attacks. So, where there's a high likelihood of surprise attacks, it means there's a high chance or a high option of time saves if we don't get them. So let's hope for the best here. I always think of this world as three sections. We have the sewer, then we have the volcano, and then we have a final fight with Venus. So, what we've just done is we've opened up the gate to get us out of here. That is the group that gives us the unexpected attacks. So we opened up the gates to get out of here. Now we're going to open up the sewers here right away. That opens up the sewers. Yeah, there we go with an unexpected attack. I think it's only the first level of this where you can get that formation. Of monsters, the sewer has historically not been that bad for unexpected attacks. We have to defeat him to get the key to the Magistore. Picking up some more items to sell. That'll all come into play. Actually, we have one more small shop. There's a small shop in Edo that's kind of similar to the shop we did in the first town, where it's a shop for one item. In that Edo shop, I don't have to worry about saving any equipment, nothing like that. I just liquidate the entire inventory and then go from there. So that was very difficult to screw up. Okay, that's all the magi in the sewers. We just got to get out of here now. It's going to be 2 more levels. Last level right here. With that werewolf there, I bet that formation could give you unexpected attack too. Haven't seen it before, but there's no reason why I couldn't. Okay. So we've now opened up the volcano, which is part 2. This is definitely a long world, for sure. This is a long dungeon. Kind of annoyingly long. And it also has a formation that can give us unexpected attacks. Sorry, my neck is sore. Yeah. Causing me to hit buttons weird. Man, I shoveled so much snow a couple of weeks ago. My neck was sore for so long, and it was better, and oh, come on. We didn't get more snow, but something I've done to it is definitely made my neck problematic again. We really want to avoid those serpents and those more surprise attacks. The less of those, the better. The upside, this is the second last world we ever have to deal with it in. Race World, we are going to bring an end to the surprise attacks by getting a Watcher. It's really kind of a sign of how much faster I've gotten at this game. I used to, man, it used to be if I could be out of Venus's world in under an hour. I thought that was great. It used to really be an hour and 10 and I'd be happy. Now it's at the point where I should be looking at getting out of Race World in an hour. Basically managed to save time to do a whole nother world. Race World is going to be the exact opposite of what we've been dealing with for a while, where we've been dealing with optimal movement, not a lot of RNG, just make right choices, move in the right spots, and you're fine. Race World is almost nothing but RNG. Yes. That can definitely surprise attack you. That can 100% game over you. Okay. Volcano's done. Like I said, annoyingly long, but we're out of there now. All about getting back to the major city and our final conflict with Venus, and then getting out of this world. And this is going to be where we use that X cure that I so nicely saved. There we go. Now we're actually hearing Burning Blood properly. Almost through all this dialogue. So Venus has a flame attack that she can use on the entire party. If you don't cure, you can only take one flame attack. And if you do cure, then you can take two. That's why we use that cure. It allows us to tank one more. She never used it once, didn't matter, but that's also why you save. If she just decides to flame like crazy, you can definitely game over. We don't heal any of the other parties because, as you can see, they didn't do anything anyway. It doesn't matter if they make it through that fight or not. So a little bit of time loss again on some surprise attacks. Or unexpected attacks, whatever. We're still not doing horribly. This... Ugh. All about the RNG. This is where the run could live or die. Well, that guy didn't move up into the spot that where he blocked in, so that's good. So there's two groups of monsters that we have to fight in this run. And they can appear in groups of 1 to 4. We want either 1 or 2. Those are the ones that we can fight. Groups of 4, we can't take it. That's too much. Shit. We can game over right here. Or we can get really lucky. This is the last world where we ever have to worry about unexpected attacks. Just got a little bit more to go. Three is too many. One's perfect. And that's that done. So that's fight number 1 gone. That is the easier of the two. This is the painful one. Now, not only do we need one, we need a meat drop here. Which we did not get. That was half good. We need 2 bits of luck here. Two's worth fighting. Okay. Big thing is they cannot kill the baby D or it's all over. That is good. That is really good. And that's it. That is the end of surprise attacks for us for the rest of the game. And that's Race World done in perfectly good time. If you don't get good groups, well, you can watch some of my clips. I've done that watcher fight 27 times in a run. Like, you can get the bad luck. And there's just not a damn thing you can do because you need that meat drop. You need that watcher. Mostly because partly for the warning that gets rid of the surprise attacks, but also for a massive AoE attack that we are about to use. And boom. At 6 guys, that fight would have been impossible without the watcher. This is the difficult to screw up shop. Same mistake I made yesterday trying to equip that immediately. You don't equip it immediately because I've got 2 more pieces of equipment that I'm about to pick up, and then you do a large equipment swap. So oh, you stupid guy. So we're going to poke our nose in where it doesn't belong and get involved in the local detective work. This world is a combination of a little bit of RNG with a few of the fights and just movement optimization. And me not getting lost. Last castle here, I will make mistakes. I usually do anyway. So that's the next piece of equipment that we need as part of that large equipment swap that I was talking about. That's the final piece of equipment for the large equipment swap. And that's a piece of equipment for the end game. Sorry, I'm just starting to get hungry. And I remembered I had leftover pasta. Probably very odd for me to just sit here running this and be like, ooh. But that's what was going through my head. I make this, I don't know, I think it's fantastic. Garlic shrimp pasta. I'm probably the only person who thinks it's fantastic because no one else. I've never made it for anyone else. Yeah. The people in my life tend not to like shrimp, so I just don't make it for anyone else. I should make it for my mom one day. She likes shrimp. I don't think I've ever made it for her. But anyway, I think it's great. This level also has 3 parts to it. We just got through part 1. It may seem like we're running really far ahead. This is a long one with lots of dialogue. Even worse than Venus's World. Now it's equip time. Tank goes there. Ooh, did I forget how to do this? Okay, that should be done, right? I know, that looked bad, that felt bad. It's done, it's there. Definitely one of the slower menus I've done. I'm not consistent on how I equip and unequip that robot, and I need to get better at it because that's where all the equipment is happening. And I need to come down with just a very specific, this slot, this item, this, and get it consistent. Because if I can trim that out and make that menu a lot faster, it'll go a long way. Come on, I'm one step away from the door. There we go. So some of that was for this fight, some of this is for setting up for the next one. So I know it looks like we've got a lot of time. We're running pretty far ahead, but this last part is not short at all. Normally you hope for that to be a one-round fight. That's very unfortunate. They probably only had a couple of hit points left. So the outer part of the palace, very straightforward. The inner part, very windy. The other thing that you have to be careful of is when you reach floor 4, that grouping that we saw at the entranceway, that group of guards, they do appear on floor 4 and 5, that same grouping, and they still have the boss can't run flag, so you have to fight them. And they can appear in a few different formations. Not necessarily with all 3, any combination of just those 2, and you're still having to fight. So we'll keep our eye open and do this right. So should be the first floor where they can potentially show up. But more commonly, it's on this floor. Not going to stop us from getting the treasure that we need, though. This guy's an easy fight, not worth saving over. As you can see right there. This next guy is a big fight and is worth saving over. Okay, most important thing, we need to get that Aegis shield up. That makes us immune to most of his spells and gives us a chance to win this fight. No shield, no chance. And the shield's up. This is not a short fight. We're going to be looking at 3 or 4 rounds for it. Should be one more after this, I believe. We're doing pretty good. Keep. Oh! Everyone stayed alive. It saved us a round. It's really good. More end dialogue here. That's Ito. Quick trek through Nasty World. And Nasty World is about as nasty as you make it. That's Nasty World. Seriously though, if you do go through it, that is a giant 10-floor cave. And those floors are incredible. incredibly complicated. I ran through it casually. Obviously, not part of something you're going to do in a speed run. But since I did start speedrunning this game, I did decide to give it a try. And I was so lost trying to get through it. Nope. Some of the best weapons in the game are stored within there. It is very much worth your time if you're casually playing through it. It will have really more weapons than you have slots for. You better go in there. I think it's the second one. Yeah. You better go in there prepared to to equip some of your guys with stuff as you go through. Super complex maze there. We managed to make it through. Almost here, or almost around, almost done. Odin would be another fight where getting that shield up is going to be make or break. No shield, no chance. Even with shield, still can be no chance. Odin has a spear. If he spears you through, you're just done. You can't survive it. It's a one-shot on everyone. If you watch my playthrough from yesterday, the first Odin fight, it was 4 rounds, 4 spears, 4 dead guys. That was it. There was just no hope. So hopefully, he decides to be nice. So tank, shield, beam, and samurai. There we go. We're all set up. Wow. I gotta say, this is a rough start. I've never not gotten the Odin Crows with a first turn. Shit. And I didn't want the samurai boat. That was a mistake. You want to switch to the cat claw. Look at the difference in damage. That's dealing double the damage, so we'll see how this goes. Fortunately, our eye did survive through the spear, which is nice, and we got it. Nice little trick, this warp with Pegasus to where we are transports us just out of the dungeon and saves us some time. Just for fun, I decided to walk through it. It is a long walk. Damn. A little bit of a time loss there. I got lost. That's definitely not helping that. Okay, final world. We are moving through this quite nicely here. Oddly enough, you save way back there because your character auto walks forward, and if you don't save back there, then you don't get a save in. We don't get the shield up, but the big thing here we want is a quick stone gaze. There. That wasn't quick, but we got it. Still a first, didn't have to reload. Alright, off we go to the final dungeon. At this point, Dad no longer gives us can't runs. I don't think I've seen a can't run with Dad at this point. Our agility's just so high that we're okay. So this is something like 6 or 7 levels. This is not a short dungeon. But fortunately, as long as you know where you're going, it's fairly straightforward. It's 2 rights, so that was 1 right. This is about to be the 2nd, and then it's nothing but lefts after that. And we just have to get out of here. Fingers are going a little numb here. Again, after the first 2 rights, everything's left. Come on. Now, at the end of this, we are going to have a very, very careful shop. This is definitely one where you can screw up and end the game. Second last level. Okay, we're having a little trouble making progress here. Actually, this is the second last level. I don't know why I always call that the second last level, because this is the last one before just they get straight shot to the boss. I don't know. Really, that one's the third last level. And here's our straight shot to the boss. We're once again gonna save. So he's once again not immune to stone gaze, so if we get lucky, we can get a quick stone gaze and put a very quick end to this fight. We didn't get a first turn, but hopefully we'll get one in a couple of turns. Other than that, then it's just Cat Claw to try to down this guy with just straight damage. Which is a long way to do it, but sometimes you gotta go the long way. If he nukes, we're in trouble. As long as he keeps on just missiling, we are, for the most part, okay. Man, it's definitely going the long way. Damn. There we go. I don't know what it is. It's it seems to be once I'm like out of the damage guy, once he dies, then Stone Gaze works. Okay, I gotta do this right. I'm not gonna be a lot of chatting here. You can see why I don't talk a lot. I screw any of that up, and we're in a lot of trouble here. Where's it? Elixir. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2, 3. Long War Mech Fight combined with a not great shop leads us a little bit behind. And as always, I forgot to equip the damn it, the Magi. It's a really safe fight if you know what you're doing. There's really no need to save. Given the fact I just saved, you can tell my confidence in this fight. Okay, so this is 5 rounds of this. We're just gonna sit here. And now I'm out of water. So, Paulo is definitely a huge damage sponge. It is just 5 rounds of us doing this. And then he still takes a couple of rounds to defeat. Okay, last round. Now we change up our attack a little bit. So, still laser, still beam. Now we can cat claw, and we still flare. Okay, so now we attack, heart, cat claw, heal. And that's it. Like I said, very safe fight. Jeez. Did not know I was actually behind on that. I thought that went really well. Alright, so this we fight our way through. We cannot run from anything here. And it's all about Isis's big giant flares that are going to clear the way. Fortunately, we got a really good first floor, and we didn't have to waste any flares. Again, we don't care about any meat. We have a very, very specific path that we're worrying about for meat. Hopefully, we're hoping the robot would have outsped and saved us a flare. It didn't. That's fine. Just keep going through here. Okay, we are very lucky here that this is just a single group. I was smashing the menu key though. That should not have happened. So these floors push you forward, and so it automatically can push you into a fight. That's why it's very important if you're out of flares to just be smashing that start button so that you can be sure to use the elixir and get back your 5 flares before the next fight. And that was just kind of bullcrap that didn't happen. Oh, this feels like a waste of a flare, please. Wow. I outsped and the bow didn't deal enough damage. That's disappointing. So I got 2 flares left. This is just me being stupid. Not fighting 3. Not fighting 4. It's the same deal as the Watchers. We really just want 1 or 2. So I kind of took a big risk by not tenting, but in the end it works out okay. Okay, let's just keep going here. We're good. We're good. We're got a little bit shaky there with that fight, but we're on track now. Whew. Three flares left. Okay. Two flares left. Lots of fights going down here. This is not a real great run here. Just not even going to risk it going on the conveyor belt. Last floor, or last elevator, I guess I should say. Fuck! I was really hoping for sub 140, but I cannot move. Oh, I figured there was going to be another fight before the boss. I'm going to try it. 3 is a lot. 3 really is a lot. That was a waste of time. Shouldn't even bother trying it. 1's fine. Okay, hopefully this walk is enemy free. Or like very low enemy. I feel like I deserve it after the horrible run I had. That was actually really good. Ah! One flare left. Let's go. All right. Nothing to do now but hope for some good RNG. Everyone lives. Boy, we might be able to push phase 2 with everyone. That should be phase 2. Which allows us to go just a little bit faster. This is probably pushing phase 3 now. Oh, now it's got to be phase 3. I wish it would have gone before me. That's not great, but definitely in the danger range. We need a low roll or to go first. That was bad. I don't think I can win this. Try it anyway. I need a low roll and then to go first. Fuck. Really annoying thing is this is like the final piece of RNG. Like I can sit here for 20 minutes doing this fight maybe, or I could have gotten it first time. Like there were outs. There obviously always are, but even with the party down like it was. I just need the butterfly to go first on the second round, or I needed a low roll on the, when it was just the robot, I needed a low roll and then to go first in the last round, and that would have done it, but whatever. I want to say this can be sub 145, but it really all depends on how many times I have to do this freaking fight. I don't like that when the butterfly goes first and then the arsenal pushes phase 2. This could be over right now. Butterfly's fine. They're both fine. Okay, butterfly can't miss, and it didn't. Oh. I was hoping the robot would have outsped. This is risky again. Oh. Boom! 142.53. I think that's a new personal best for me. Whoo! Yeah! Whew. All right. I don't know if that moves me up any places or what that does. I have not checked this. Not checked speedrun.com in quite a while, but boy, that's nice. That is nice. That's got to be a new personal best for me. Oh yeah. I actually have my PBs written down. Let me just open that up. Yes, 145.11 was my old personal best, so shave 2.5 minutes off of that. Woo! Hey, that's a good feeling. Yes! All right. I know, I was very monotone through that Arsenal fight, and then just really perked to life when things went good there at the end. It's so disheartening though to know that there's no way to speed up this text. This is the speed of this text. It's just so disheartening to know it's just all up to that fight, and if it's gonna let you win. Um, so, hey, it worked out in the end though. No complaints there. Whew. Oh, it's a great run. Obviously, more time saving to go. My sum of best is 138.45, so it's time to put that sum of bests all together in one run. That's what I need to do. Ah, it feels good. All right. Well, there's no one watching this stream, so I'm not really. I guess I'm not really saying this to anyone who's live and watching, but anyone who's watching on YouTube in the future, have yourself a great New Year, a safe New Year. As it is, well, it's New Year's Eve where I was when I started, but now it's New Year's Eve for even more places. And yeah, have yourself a great one, great New Year's. And I'll be back. Probably won't be running this again today. I might run it again on the 2nd, because I am off that day, and nice little run before I go back to work. Yeah, have a little bit of fun with this again. Didn't time my outro quite right there, as there was still a little bit more dialogue to go. There we go. The end. Ish. It'll be up in a second. There we go. Got to work on that one in the future. But anyway, everyone, have a great night, and we'll see you all in the future.